a brand new day. Stretch out, touch your toes, blink your eyes and blow your nose and say thank you. It's a brand new day.
Hello, welcome to our fourth activity morning. I hope you're having a really good school holiday. Today we've got another story for you. We'll be thinking about the parable of the wise and foolish builders. We've also got a craft for you to do. But first, here are Andrew and Cynthia with a song that I'm sure you'll all know.
Hello, I'm going to sing a song for you today, and it's a song all about getting to heaven. And it's about how we can and how we can't get to heaven. And the things that tell us that we can't get to heaven: you can't catch a plane, you can't get a spaceship, you can't take a hovercraft, you can't take a helicopter, and not even the fastest racing car. There's only one way, and that one way is to know Jesus. And we're going to sing it now, and I'm going to sing it through once, and I'm going to ask two of my friends, not just one, but two of my friends, to come and do the actions, so you can copy those as well. So here we go. You can't catch a plane to take you to heaven, not even a spaceship can get that far. You can't take a hovercraft or helicopter journey, or drive in the fastest racing car. Only Jesus, only Jesus, only Jesus is the way. Only Jesus, only Jesus, only Jesus is the way. Well, hello, are you ready? And hello, are you ready? Shall we go then? Here we go. You can't catch a plane to take you to heaven, not even a spaceship can get that far. You can't take a hovercraft or helicopter journey, or drive in the fastest racing car. Only Jesus, only Jesus, only Jesus is the way. Only Jesus, only Jesus, only Jesus is the way. Should we do that once more? You can't catch a plane to take you to heaven, not even a spaceship can get that far. You can't take a hovercraft or helicopter journey, or drive in the fastest racing car. Only Jesus, only Jesus, only Jesus is the way. Only Jesus, only Jesus, only Jesus is the way. Well, thanks very much. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed that song today.
Well, thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Cynthia, for doing those actions. Now we actually have Andrew up again as he tells us our story today.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and I'm going to talk to you today about a story that Jesus told in the Bible. And the story is about two builders. Now, have you ever built a sandcastle on the beach and then watched it being washed away as the tide comes in and it washes all the sand away? I bet you have. I expect you live in a house that is built of strong stuff. I do, and I hope you do. It will have walls, and it will have a roof, and it will have windows that you can see out of, and also to let light in. And it'll have doors and lots of good things to keep us safe, and hopefully it is dry and warm as well. It will also have a strong foundation so it doesn't crack and move and fall down. Some houses do, but I hope yours doesn't. Today we're going to learn about two different types of builders. Both could build a house that would keep you warm and dry and safe. But there was one big difference. The first builder found the place he wanted to build his house. He dug down deep until he found a good foundation on the rock. The rock was strong and it was firm and would not move, so as he built his house, the walls would stay upright and they would hold up the roof, and it would all remain strong and safe, even when the rain came and the floods came. No matter how much it rained or how high the floods came up, the house was firm on the rock.
The wise man looked where he could build his house, and when he decided, he dug down deep until he found rock. And then he built his house, and the rains began to fall, and the storms came, and the floods came up, but the house stood firm on the rock.
The second builder, he too wanted to build a strong and a safe house. So he looked and he found the place where he would build it. But unlike the first builder, he did not dig down deep, but just started to build on the mound of sand. He built the walls well, the doors and the windows just like the other builder, and he put on a roof, and when it was finished, it looked as good as the other builder's house. But when the rain started to come down and the floods starting to come up, the sand started to wash away, just like the sandcastle at the seaside. So, what do you think happened to this man's house? Well, the walls started to crack, and the windows fell out, and the roof collapsed, and the house fell down because it did not have a strong and firm foundation.
The foolish man chose where to build his house, on the sand. And the rain started to fall, and the storms came, and the floods began to rise, and the house began to lean until it fell down flat.
Jesus, who told this special story, we call it a parable, said it had a special meaning. Jesus said the first builder was very wise and built on a strong foundation. His house didn't fall down. But the second builder, Jesus said, was a very foolish man, because he built his house on sand, which just washes away. So his house fell down. So what's the special meaning? Jesus explained that we are like the foolish man if we do not believe that Jesus is God's Son, and that he died to save us and to forgive us for the wrong things that we do. And if we say sorry for them, he will forgive us. We have nothing firm to build our lives on. Nothing is strong, nothing is sure, and our life will just wash away like the sand with no meaning and no purpose. But Jesus also explained that we can be like the wise man. If we believe Jesus is God's Son and that he died on the cross in our place to save us, to forgive us, and we really mean it, and we say sorry, and we live a life built on him, on Jesus, then our life will have meaning and it will have purpose. We can be sure that Jesus will help us and keep us safe, and one day we will be with Jesus in heaven. Which builder do you think it is better to be like? Yes, I'm sure you've got it right. It's the wise builder who built the house upon the rock. So, if we say sorry to Jesus and ask him to forgive us of the wrong things that we do, that we call sin, and we live our lives for Jesus, it is like building on the rock, because Jesus is strong and he can save us, he will help us and guide us through life until we go to be with him in heaven. Thank you for listening.
Now then, I hope you're ready for your craft. Today's craft is just a little bit fiddly, so you might want to have an adult round to help you. It's also a bit sticky. There's sand and there's clay. So make sure you're not in your best clothes. Ben and Jenny are actually going to show you what to do and what you're making this morning.
The wise man built his house upon the rock, and the foolish man built his house upon the sand. And these are the results. His house fell down. To make this, Jenny is going to show you how to go through your box of accessories to make the wise man and the foolish man on the sand and the rock. Jenny, give us a wave.
Hello.
So, before we start, we just want to check that you've got everything that you need. So you should have a bag of sand, a box to put it all in, some clay, which you might need to press down into the right flatter shape, some roofs for the houses, and some toilet roll cut in half to be the two houses, some pipe cleaners to make the wise man and the foolish man, some extra rocks, which we're going to use to decorate your rock, like this, and then there should be some paper for the outside of your houses to decorate them. And you're going to need some tape, some glue, probably some scissors and some pens to decorate the houses. So to begin with, you'll need to assemble the box. We have already done that, but it should be fairly self-explanatory. And then we're going to get you to decorate the pieces of paper that are going to go on the outside of the houses being these. So Jenny has pre-drawn hers with some doors and some windows and some plants. You can decorate those however you like, take as long as you like, make them nice and pretty. And then we're going to stick those to the outside of the houses. So Jenny's going to do that for us now. Take your Pritt stick, run it along the back. And stick that to the outside. It might overlap a bit, that's okay. The other one. Obviously at any point, if you need to pause this video or rewind it, feel free to do so. There we go. It's the outside of two houses, but they need roofs. So let's take the roofs, and you want to take some tape and stick those to the outside. And in Blue Peter fashion, we prepared the tape earlier. I don't think I'll be hiring Jenny to do my roof. Now you want to take the clay, which is your rock, place that in the tray. And we want to put the sand on the other half. That's one way of doing it. Sand is not particularly stable. It is unwise to build a house on the sand. Now, you want to stick the house on the rock on, you guessed it, the rock. And that is nice and stable. Now you might want to decorate your rock with other rocks. Wise man's house needs a wise man. So we're going to turn these pipe cleaners into a wise man and a foolish man. We already made one, that's what you're going for. Jenny, how are you going to make the other one?
We're going to bend it in half, then twist the top of it to make its head, then twist it around,
Nice and slowly
bend it
to make the
on
arms.
the arm, bend it again the other side, twist the two legs together, and then there is your little man or
Fantastic.
person.
Wise man, foolish man. Now the foolish man who built his house upon the sand, his house didn't last very long. So although he has a nice house, you need to squish it. Brute strength. And that's what happens. Your house gets flattened when you build it on the sand. So don't be like this guy. That's Jenny over and out with the wise man and the foolish man with the house upon the rock.
I hope you enjoy making your house on the rock and your house on the sand. If you want to join next week, please let Yvonne know as soon as possible. We'll have another story for you and another craft. But for now, thanks for joining us today and see you soon. Bye bye.
Get up out of bed, have a yawn and scratch your head and say thank you. It's a brand new day. Stretch out, touch your toes, blink your eyes and blow your nose and say thank you. It's a brand new day.